Good morning. How is everybody today? Oh, it's very, very wet here. Look at my hair. I've not been for my swim yet because I'm taking somebody in afterwards. So it is the only thing that can totally take the stress levels all the way down so that we can function and think straight. It's crazy times. So this week's challenge is breathing and EFT. Now, we understand perfectly well that there's things that we can do to help us feel better, to change the chemistry in the body, to get our mind thinking about the best case scenario instead of the worst case scenario, and to have us changing the chemistry, changing the electromagnetic field, and really taking control over our past, which really is the thing that we're all trying to do. We're understanding that we're programmed, we're limited, we're told. I was talking to my friend Paris yesterday. They're setting up a podcast called You Think You're Beautiful, Don't You? You think if you were chocolate, you would eat yourself. Remember we used to say that? She loves herself. That's the name of the podcast. You love yourself. And how that is turned into a negative thing. Morning, Craig, Pat. If you were chocolate, you'd eat yourself. All the stuff that we've been put down, back down into our place in the community. Morning, Sean. Hi, darling. You're too big for your boots. You're this, you're that. People giving you their opinion. And morning, Leslie. And then us taking it on. And it's so interesting in the woke society where people take offence and they believe that you should change so that they're not offended, instead of thinking, how can I deal with myself and my offence? Morning, Billy. So we're living in the strangest times ever, where we're hardly allowed to speak. We're hardly allowed to voice our opinions, our points of view. And there is always the polarities, the positive things about that and the negative things about that. So what I want you to do in the next 5 minutes is tell me, what is your biggest struggle? Not long till you're 40 now, Sean, exactly. It'll soon be... Yeah, good for you, Lois. Good for you. So tell me what it is your biggest challenge. We have the knowledge, right? Certainly everybody on this call knows what to do to make themselves feel better. So why are we not doing it? And why are we making such a big song and dance about having to do it? And this idea that you offended me, you shouldn't have said that. If you're wanting to try and get everybody to change so that you can be happy, then good luck with that. But there's another better, more powerful way that allows people to be who they are without you getting hurt, without you being offended. And that's when you become unperturbable. And we've swung so far this way about, listen, and people's feelings, and of course that's relevant. But there also has to be a time where we say, right, let's stand up for ourselves. Let's put the boundaries in place. Same around our children, our grandchildren. We have to be able to say enough. But now everybody's so scared that you're going to mentally scar somebody for life if you say the wrong thing, because we just have a total lack of resilience. And this is what these techniques in Heal Scotland's all about. It's not about expecting other people to change. It's about you. It's about us taking full responsibility. People with a superiority complex are an issue for me. Yeah, good. So let me know what's your big triggers. What is it that you're really finding hard during these really unnavigated waters? And we'll do some tapping around that. that first of all, we're just going to go straight in to breathing. Now, procrastination, when you understand, I woke up this morning, first day of the Gerson, and I thought, oh God, I'm going to have to make all the juice. So I'm still tired, right? And I'm still, and then I was laughing at myself. I thought, you ungrateful, lazy. So then I criticised myself, obviously, for having that thought. And then I just welcomed it and I thought, no, it's just the change. It's just like, it's just, again, the mind stuff that comes in. And it's so hilarious. People sending me messages and tell me to be careful and to do this and to do that. Don't do that with people when people are embarking on a journey. Don't tell them all the things that they should be scared about. I laugh. I don't care what anybody says to me. But a lot of people do care. And if you're fighting a disease, just get in behind and support, and don't be giving them any advice or saying, oh, you should do that, you shouldn't do that, you need to be careful of this, you need to be careful of that. It's all fear, all fear. If you've got nothing positive to say to people who are embarking on a healing journey, zip it. Because it can be so confusing. It's not confusing for me because I've been avidly researching this stuff for decades. But if you don't know anything about this world, about healing yourself, about the power of nature, and you just come into that with a new diagnosis and you're all over the shop. So please really be mindful of that, of what giving your point of view to other people. Morning. When you really maybe haven't got a full overview. I know when we do the breathing now, we're going to alkalise the system, and I'm going to start really changing the chemistry in my body, and anything that was thinking of doing something that shouldn't be doing is going to be neutralised. I'm completely aware of my physiology and my biology and the power of my mind and my thoughts, because it's not just about the juice that I'm putting in. Here we go. This is my second green juice. This is going to drip, 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 drip through my body all day. The power of the plants to heal my body. So, and I'm just going to, you can follow this journey with me and see how it goes. Last night I had my potatoes without any salt. Woo-hee, whoopee. And it was totally fine. Again, it's just interesting what the mind wants to chuck up and the bullshit stories we come up with to stop ourselves doing things. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand the energy has been crazy, heavy. People are falling out and fighting. There's hugely diverse points of view, from the people who can't understand why you're not getting the vaccine to the people who can't understand why you are. And that's the place that we're at. I'm doing it for about maybe 6 weeks, Susie. So that's where we're at. But you don't need to hate somebody. Maybe don't have sex with them if they've had a vaccine. But you don't need to hate people who are doing the opposite and different things from you. It's completely and utterly okay to still love somebody, and while they have completely opposing points of view. Because right now we are getting challenged in a way we've never been challenged before. So we have to stop reacting, because our body gets all the pain. Not them out there, not the assholes out there. Us, worse selves. So we have to take full responsibility for this. This body, this thing we call the body, these vibrating, intelligent cells that literally know what to do. They don't need any help from you. They don't need you interfering in the process. Get out the way, stop tormenting them, and allow them to harmonise and balance. And it's all about fear. And that's why this situation drives me mental. Terrifying your subjects, as the politicians are doing, is causing untold damage. How many people are suicidal right now? It makes me so sad and so angry all at the same time. We need to get pulled together and support each other in a way that we haven't done for decades, because we need each other now. Reach out to your old people, reach out to your young people, the unemployed, the people that have been locked in their houses in toxic relationships. There are so many people suffering, it's really quite worrying. What did you use to clean your vegetables with? I'll answer all that stuff later. This is about the EFT and breathing challenge. So what we're doing this week, I'm going to talk tonight about food at 7 o'clock. I'm going to talk tonight about losing weight. You can ask me any questions about food then. So basically, when we have this, remember the conscious mind saying, don't be scared, don't think positive, and you've got in the subconscious, you're like, I'm powerless, I am not enough, I can't do this, blah, 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 all this fear vibrating in here about how limited you think you are. You know, it's crazy how limited we perceive ourselves to be and how powerless we perceive ourselves to be. So this whole week, we are going to be getting right in there. We're going to be breathing. Now, the reason I love the breathing is you just forget about the story. Why, who's doing what to who, and who's not doing what to who. And just get right in on your own body, using the power of your breath and your intention to oxygenate this incredible system, intelligent system, that you have the absolute luck, for want of a much, much better word, to be living in, to experience this magnificent planet that we are on. And here we all are, all contracted and tight, moaning about with all the things we don't have and that we can't do, including me. I'm not judging anybody here. When we really have to just go, whoa. Now, what is the polarity of, you know, all this freedom being taken away is that we're being forced inside. Everything that was in there already is now magnified 1,000 times. We're getting to see what I realised about myself is when I go and get stuff, I get in a plane. And so that strategy has been taken away from me right now. So I'm having to face things and deal with things. Nothing major, and work things out and work in your relationships. You know, there's enormous, enormous benefits about being with the people you know and working with them and, you know, sorting out all the relationships that are in front of you. When you don't have that, you can easily escape all your subconscious BS because you say, oh yes, I'm really zen, I meditate and I drink juice and I'm bloody perfect. And then, you know, like the Dalai Lama, for example, and you're like, well, give them 8 kids and a wife and and a house and a scheme in a city and see how he gets on then. That's the whole thing. We're living under basically the systems that were created in their democratic society, and the systems are no longer serving us, and we can see that quite clearly. Healthcare is not about health, it's about sickness. Education, I mean, the teachers are incredible. I take my hat off to them every single day. But, you know, they've been restricted as well, and, you know, the whole parenting thing and wanting to blame other people for, you know, kids' behaviour and teachers' behaviour and parents' behaviour. It's a goon show, really. We have to change things. That we have no option, and it is crystal clear right now. But it all starts inside each one of us. So let's get breathing and put on the feed if there's something in particular that you're struggling with, and I'll bring that into the tapping as well, because we're going to breathe, tap, breathe. Now, your clear intention here is to expand your understanding of who you are and to move from I am powerless to I am powerful. You are full of power, and your breath is one of the most incredible ways to start utilising that power. How simple, and it's free, and nobody can sell it to you. Nobody can keep it from you. This is, you know, the systems cannot keep conscious breathing away from you. And there's tons of stuff in YouTube that you can breathe along with and learn with. You know, take the responsibility. Avoidance, Leslie. Okay, good. Take the responsibility for yourself and for your body. And if you're not well enough to do that, PM me, because there's lots and lots of people now that just simply can't do this by themselves. They need somebody to hold their hand. We were never designed to heal alone. We were designed to heal in communities. But the other thing that I know is you need some well people around the people who need help, because if you have too many people that are low, they bring each other down. We need to dilute our energies and bring each other up. And, you know, there's nothing to say that next week it could be me that's down. We're all humans. We're all having these experiences of these waves just now. So I can help you today and maybe you can help me tomorrow or somebody else. So never ever, please don't be scared to ask for help if you need it. And you don't need money. Okay, so we're going to bellow breath. Holding on to things from the past. Yes, Gail, that's a common one. Avoidance. Yeah, just pop them up there. Let me know what you want to work on. We're going to start with the bellow breath. Now, the difference between the bellow breath and the Wim Hof breath is... okay. So, but the difference between the Wim Hof breath, so the Wim Hof breath is belly, chest, head, and let it go. So it's... okay, so you're letting go of the out breath. The bellow breath is slightly different in the fact that you're really emptying the lungs, pulling the abdomen in. So your it's belly, chest, head, the same thing. So you... and in and out through the nose if you can. Even if it feels stuffy and crazy, try and do it because that's where you want to be. You want to be breathing in and out through your nose. So it's fill the belly up. And then as you're pushing the air out, you really pull the abdominal muscles in, exactly like a bellow. So you're really using the abdominal muscles to empty every last bit of air out the lungs. So what we're going to do 2-6. So we're going to breathe in for 2 and we're going to be out for 6. And I don't want you to think about the in-breath. I want you to focus completely on the out-breath, completely emptying the lungs. Because when we normally breathe up here, and usually in and out through our mouth, bypassing the brain, right, okay, that changes the chemistry, changes the field. We don't filter the way we're actually designed to filter. We don't feed the oxygen into the brain in the same way. We also, things get straight in that were never meant to get straight in. And we're not going to get this. You will start to get dizzy, absolutely. But what we want to do is retrain these muscles, because we know from the amazing work of James Nestor that if we're not nose breathing over a long period of time, if we're mouth breathing over a long period of time, we will create dis-ease in the body. So that's a hugely, hugely important thing to know. So if you don't breathe in and out through the nose, practice. Blow your nose and really practice. It doesn't matter how it sounds. If you've not been breathing through your nose, you're having to retrain these muscles again. Okay, so breathing. So you're using the abdominal muscles, pulling them right back into the back of the spine, and you're breathing out for 6, really focusing on emptying the lungs. Okay. So just practice, this, if you've not done a lot of conscious breathing, it's a new technique. It's tricky, it's a bit awkward because it's not the way you normally do it. So just remember, the mind might say, I hate this. This is shit. I can't do this. That's okay. That's normal. You're just like that. No, but I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to do it so that we can really oxygenate this baby, so that we keep it alive and vital and full of energy. And then when we go into this expanded state, we can let go easily and effortlessly because the door is open and the heart is more open, and we can let go anything and everything that we desire because we are in charge. We are the power. We have the intention. We have the intention. And we can 100% decide to override the procrastination, the poor me, the I'm not enough, all of that, which is just illusionary in nature. Once you get in here, you'll realise how incredibly powerful you are. Every single one of us is. But just some of us have had a lot more conditioning and pain and suffering. But underneath there is the energy being that we all are. So what we're going to do all week is we're going to break through and let go, and become more and more expansive day by day by day. So, are you ready? In for 2 and out for 6. So, breathe it all out. Empty these lungs. Come on, mean it. So breathing in and all the way out, really focusing and emptying these lungs. Starting to feel the energy shift now. Okay, last one, all the way in and all the way out, and hold it. And close your eyes and observe. Observe the space you've created inside, how you've oxygenated the body. All the cells are expanding, lightening, and you're moving into state, into alignment, into harmony. Allow the body to reset, rebalance. 3, 2, 1, breathe all the way in. And squeeze that energy into your brain. Abdominals, chest, squeeze in. Feel the electrical charge in the brain as the light goes off. Chemistry changes. And let it go. And take a few nice breaths. Easy, easy does it. And again, really get used to feeling. Just in a couple of minutes. Be aware if there's any tingling, any change in temperature, any lightness. Allow it. Okay, so now we're going to self-judgment, yep. Self-judgment, holding on to the past, avoidance, and other people's superiority. Superiority, is that even a word? Superiority. Okay. So let's tap around all of these things. If anybody's got anything coming up, just pop it in the box and we'll tap around. So the way I do it, and there's loads of different ways to tap, etc. This is the way I do it. I always start on the negatives. So even although I've been finding it really hard and I've been avoiding things and judging myself and others, people that think they know better than me, people who are judging me, and me judging myself. So tap with it, really hold your focus and really let's let this go. Prove to ourselves how powerful this technique is. Even although I've been having these situations, I've been hard on myself, been hard on others, feeling a lot of separation and anxiety. And even although I'm holding on to things from the past. Oh, holding on because I'm scared to let go because I don't know what's there underneath. Even although I'm having that experience, even although I'm finding it hard, my energy's been low, I've been tired, the body weighs a ton. Even although I've been having a hard time, feeling sorry for myself, wanting approval from myself and others, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I've been feeling crap. And even although I find it hard to believe that I'm powerful, really powerful. And even although I know I should take action, but I can't be arsed. And even although I've got all this knowledge and all this wonderful information, how to get better, how to feel better, I simply wallow in my own misery at times. It's hard for me to find my way out. I'm overwhelmed with negative emotions, fear and stress, and all the shoulds, woulds, coulds, buts, whys. All the story that's going on. I don't know what to believe. I don't know who to believe. I'm overwhelmed. I'm confused. Just bring it all in. Anything that you're feeling, just allow it. You're a human. You're meant to have all these feelings. So even although I'm having that experience, this experience, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although these are really weird times. And even although I've not got a clue what's going to happen in the future. And even although people in my family are falling out and not speaking to each other. And even although I find it very hard to let go and very hard to see the light. And even although I like to hold on and avoid things. And I like to judge other people. And I like to judge myself. It's a habit, it's a program. But I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Deep breath. Ooh. Okay. Again, just observe. What is your body doing? What are the cells doing now? Look in on them at play, working their magic, following your direction because you's the master. You just forgot. You forgot your power when you came here. We all did. And now we're waking up to it. So just allow all that energy to move. And if anything else is coming up, ping it into the feed. Let me know, because sometimes other things come in when you start letting go. Okay. Now, I'm now open to waking up to my power. To letting go of all the limiting beliefs around who I thought I was. That I needed somebody else to heal me. I needed somebody else to tell me what's true, what to eat. That I needed somebody else to tell me what job, what career to have, what partner to have. I needed somebody else to tell me where my moral compass should be. I gave all that power away to others. And now I'm waking up to the phenomenal new understanding that everything I need to know is right here inside me. I am being guided. I am protected. The intelligence is within me and all around me when I let go of all wanting approval, all wanting control, and all wanting security. I'm letting that go now. I am opening up to the possibility that I am very powerful. And I'm opening up to the possibility of letting go of the past. Letting go of all the hurts, traumas, betrayals, addictions, disappointments. I'm letting all that go now. It's safe for me to let go. Anger, in fact, rage, yeah. I am open to observing all anger and letting it go. I allow all these trapped emotions and all the frustrations and hurts from the past. I have the power to release all of that. I have the power to release anything I choose, no matter what anyone else says. I am a powerful being, and I am in the process of waking up to that power. I am enough. I am safe. I am lovable. And I am worthy. We are all worthy. Every single one of us is worthy and powerful. Deep breath. And again, just close your eyes and feel what's there. There might be some tingling, some peace, some space. Maybe there's energies moving. It's all good. No matter what's happening, it's all good. Just allow the energy to move. Okay, so let's look at anger. Anger and rage. It's there's a lot of reasons why we get angry. And the problem is the conscious mind wants to say, well, I am angry because of that. And there may be an element of truth of that in that. But what we know now, as humans, we make grand assumptions. And we've been making a lot of grand assumptions over the last year that end up not being true. And how many times have we been told one thing, oh, do this, stop eating fat. And then it's like, oh, stop eating carbs. It's just, there's all this information. It's given out with such, vigour, and this is the way to do it. And people follow. And now we're like, all we're listening to is another bunch of human beings that very often have a huge financial gain in the information they're giving us. So we are giving our power away to people who we perceive to be better educated, to be richer, to live in better houses, to be in positions of power. They're just human beings that have labels, and we are so programmed to believe that because they have this label, they're different from us, or that we should give up our sovereignty to listen to them. Now, I'm not saying there are some amazing people out there that can guide you, but there's also some total crooks. And we have been, I mean, I've been down this rabbit hole with the pharmaceutical companies for a long time. I absolutely know they don't care about us. They care about money. Now, that's not the doctors and nurses and the people that are in the laboratories. I absolutely know these people are doing incredible work. But up above, it's about shareholders and money. And we, you know, I think you're naive if you're still not understanding that. So therefore, who do we trust? What information? Well, this Heal Scotland movement is all about tuning into your intuition to feel if it's right for you. You know, I've recently, there's a thing called access consciousness, and you basically ask the body, does it feel light or does it feel heavy? There's been things that have been happening recently that my body's just like, this is wrong. No, get away from this. So it's really interesting when you start to really have a different relationship with yourselves, understanding your best friend is right here, under and in your nose. Your intuition is one of the most powerful things that you can have, because we're all walking different journeys, right? And and when it comes to healing, we're all walking different healing journeys. There's thousands of ways to heal, and that's what makes it very confusing. Whereas in the system, there's one way to do it, and that's what we all do. And, you know, that might work for some people, but it's not working for a lot of people. So what we're saying is, tune in to your intuition. You need to move out of fear so that you can really hear, and then choose your healing path so that you can feel safe and secure and have an absolute unshakable faith in your healing path. And that's where you have to get to. You can't believe and not believe at the same time. Faith is way beyond believing. Faith is knowing. So, but a lot of that comes from our understanding and our education and our information and our support. So that's what the platform's going to be about. It's a place for people to come when they're lost. All the education will be there. So if you have fibromyalgia, for example, you can heal that. And you can actually, for a lot of people, you can heal it quite quickly. So the website will have the information, the things that you can do for yourselves, and then you can get all the free resources and the things that you can do yourself. And then if you need support, what I want to see is community groups where people get together and support each other and educate and inform and share. And then if you need to pay to work with somebody, or if you want to pay to work with somebody, you can do that as well. Because we have to broaden our idea of healthcare, true healthcare, where we really understand, and that all of us and all the ones on this call and on the call, the recording of the call, we have enormous potential, and that potential is sometimes our own, you know, self-sabotage can shut it off, but other people can shut it off too. Be very careful who you're around right now, because they're making you feel that reality's fixed and solid and this is the way it is. And it's not. What it is we are absolutely in this energetic universe, which has been, we're manipulating our genetic expression via our perception. And what this challenge is all this week is about is for you to shift your perception about you and how powerful you are. And, you know, most people don't go, oh, I'm powerless. Oh, I'm powerful. It's an unfolding process, because we're so scared to let go. And we're so scared that we're getting tricked into believing something that's not true. And we're so cynical. We're like, well, maybe I could let go a little bit. Maybe I'm a little bit powerful. So we do it incrementally rather than just going, boom. Wow. It's a magical, mystical universe, and I am an energy being in it, and I can never, ever be destroyed. So but that can happen. People get it. And that's what I always think, you know, there's all this story, it takes a while, it's long, it's deep, you need to be careful, And sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes people just, boom, get it. And I think now, at this time, the energy is much, much lighter. We're able to let go. We're able to direct and helm ourselves in the direction that we want to go much easier. So, I really, really recommend that you get your big girl and boy pants on and absolutely get into this. I was talking to somebody about people that are actually plucked up the courage to get into the cold water, because I know it's not easy. I did it, so I know how challenging it is. But if you've just got enough energy and guts and courage to go, fuck it, I'm just going to get in the cold water, see how it feels. Literally within 90 seconds to 3 minutes, boom, the chemistry's totally changed and you've done something you couldn't believe that you've done, and you're going to get high on your own supply. I highly recommend that you would do the breathing or go with somebody first. But honestly, you know, I get so excited and then I get so frustrated because people don't see and aren't taking action. And I really, truly believe it's brilliant to see the people in Argyll now getting in and getting cold and facing it and really doing something for themselves. We have so many people and such bad mental health right now that we need to, as communities, support each other. We need to have groups down on that beach every day. Let's go in, come support each other. Even if you don't want to do it for somebody else. You know, we're much better at doing stuff for other people than we are for our own selves. It's kind of crazy. And it's a laugh. It's, you know, we're meant to be doing things together. We can't do the things that we'd normally do, but they can't keep us apart. They can try, but they can't. So that's the plan for Heal Scotland, is that we can really get in every community groups of people, whether it's breathing, whether it's getting cold, whether it's in the forest, all these things that we can do for free and nobody can stop us. And even if you're scared, you can go away out to the side with your mask on if you need to. You can keep yourself safe, but you can really, really, really reconnect until you realise there's nothing to be scared of, and especially not other humans. It's really cruel what they're doing to us. Right, so we're going to breathe again. We're going to do 2-4 this time. And then we're going to tap again. So ping in. I just saw that anger message, so we'll do more in the anger after that. But again, expansion. When you lift your vibration, anger will disappear. And the stories around where the anger came from can be tapped on individually. So if it's directed at a person, but that I'm not going to do that today. But we'll maybe do that tomorrow. Anger hurt directed at a person. We can work on that tomorrow. So we're going to do 2-4. And then we're going to tap again. So if anything else is coming up, then just bang it into the feed and I'll work on it. Okay, so 2-4. Remember, belly up. Every in-breath, you're focusing on getting that belly as full as possible. And then you're using your abdominal muscles to empty. Really pull the abdominals back in and empty your lungs. Okay. Keep going. And when you're breathing, remember, you're expanding the cells, breathing in and emptying the lungs and letting go. Come on, mean it. Put some energy into it. You're going to get back what you give out. Okay, now we're going to hum. Breathe in. one more. Okay. And again, feel blood's alkalized, cells are oxygenated, vagus nerves stimulated and calm, your nervous system, chemistry changing, all of that magic happening consciously because you have chosen to participate. Helpless. Yeah. I know a lot of people are feeling completely helpless right now. And what we need to remember is that these are feelings, energy in motion, emotion. We are not our feeling. We are not our thoughts, and we are not our behaviours. These things simply pass through the body. So let's look at I am helpless. What is the opposite of that? What would it take for me to feel really helpful, full of ability to help myself? So when we feel these low apathetic states, which we're all experiencing during these crazy times, instead of judging, we can reframe the affirmation. So instead of saying I'm helpless, I feel helpless, we ask, what would it take for me to be able to help myself? And it might be meeting another person online or out for a walk. Often when we understand that other people are suffering too, it actually makes us feel better. We realise we're not alone in our suffering, which is what's happening right now. And the same with the unmitigated anger and rage, which I've definitely been feeling at other people for buying into the narrative and for not understanding what's going on, my belief system, which is, and also wondering why anybody would want to be doing what they're doing and wondering what's true, all of that stuff. And again, the only thing we can do when we feel like that is take it back to ourselves. What would it take for me to be fearless? How does it get better than this? So we start to change the trajectory of the thoughts, which then starts to change the trajectory of the chemistry, which changes how we feel. So let's just do some tapping. Even although I feel helpless, and even although I feel unmitigated rage at what's going on, anger, I'm being triggered into apathy or rage. Even although I'm judging others and feeling that they are judging me, and even although I'm having this experience right now, I don't know whether my head's up or down or round about, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I'm feeling apathy, helplessness, fear, stress, overwhelm, whatever it is, it's okay to feel these feelings. But I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even through all the madness and all the not knowing and all the fear of the future and all the garbage from the past and all the feeling really sorry for myself and all the ego taking over and losing my temper or people losing their temper at me and falling out with people because we don't all believe the same things. But even although all of that is going on, smile. I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Okay, how does that feel now? Sorry, let me see, there's some things coming in. Okay, yeah, so just before we finish, let's do one round on how we want to feel, okay? Because remember, we're kind of, the tide is high right now, and you know, and we're water. Remember, it's full moon. It's like we're feeling it really, really strongly. So now we're like, right, okay, let's let go. I am letting go of all the overwhelm and all the negative feelings. I allow the unconditional love to flow through every cell in my body, lightening it, and letting go of the dark, letting go of the fear. Allow that unconditional love energy to cleanse every cell in the body. I am really releasing the past. I allow myself to expand and release, and allow my energy and my vibration to come up, and allow all the darkness to leave. All the fear is leaving now. All the judgment, I have the power to choose. Let the divine energy, the universal energy, the healing energy, the blueprint for harmony and health, allow it to flow. Allow your cells to reset. I am open to feeling much greater levels of joy. I am open to loving those on the other side of the narrative. And I am open to loving my cells and giving them the best possible advantage today. Expansion and love. I have that power. I am that power. I am a powerful, sentient, sovereign being. Okay. So, I am going live tonight at 7 o'clock to talk about how to lose weight and how you can absolutely categorically do it once you understand how your body works. And then tomorrow at 10, we will go, and if you have one special person that's really grinding your gears, get them ready. Or you maybe have one or two. We will go live tomorrow at 10 and we will deal with that. Okay, so happy Monday, troops. Remember and practice. How do you get free? By letting go of the past and focusing on freedom. Okay, have a wonderful day. Chat to some of you later. Ciao, bye.